concept. So when you received my message, law of attraction, ask, believe, and receive, what all went into your head? There must be some kind of thought process that you would have gone. Some of you may know it, some of you may not know it, some of you have heard about it. So today the focus is understand what is law of attraction and see how to make it work for ourselves. That's the kind of conversation that we're going to have. Sometimes in between, I will also request your interactions, your experience sharing, and we will make sure that this whole conversation helps you to take away few very specific things that we need to do to be able to make the law of attraction work for us. Yeah, just a few seconds. Ankur, there is something in my laptop. My screen is a little. Can you all see the whole slide?
We can see. We can see. You go ahead.
You can see the slides. Yes. Okay,
yes.
Fine. All right. Okay. So first of all, congratulations all of you. Great decision to be here. This is an important step you have taken to unlock your own power that you have. It's fantastic because if today you get even 2 or 3 very clear takeaways, it will make a huge difference to the way you live, the way you do your business, and the way you actually have an interaction with the rest of the people. So it impacts all aspects of your life. Then the power is within you. Aspect of life, business, relationship, money, health, everything. So are we ready? Congratulations once again for being here on this session. This is not a session that I am creating. This is a session that I would say the universe has created through me to reach to you. So thank you, universe. And that is exactly what we need to learn, how to start communicating with the universe, which is nothing but the law of attraction. So what is law of attraction? Some of us have read about it. Some of us have read a very famous book on it called The Secret. Some of us have seen the video. Some of us have heard it from friends or from different authors. What is law of attraction? So this is not the attraction that we are talking about to individuals that you feel in the college. No, not that one. That's not where we are going. This is the law. This is one of the universal laws. Okay. Now, why am I saying universal law? Is because the universe has its own laws. Some of the laws we know very, very closely. We all understand it. Like, for example, law of karma, cause and effect. That we all know. We all understand law of karma. Like that, there are many laws in the universe. Law of periodicity, law of duality, law of karma. So these are the laws we all know, we all experience. Law of attraction is also one of the universal laws. Some of us experience it. Actually, we all experience it. We just don't realize that we are experiencing the law of attraction. Okay? Ankur, your video laptop, can you just make it a little down? Because just see okay. So what does it mean? Law of attraction is nothing but whatever is coming in your life, whatever life you're living right now, whatever is happening in your life, you have attracted it. Now, you may not like to hear this. Most of us don't want to know that whatever good or bad is happening is our doing. But that's the truth. It's a law. You can't change it. Whatever kind of life we have today, somewhere in the past, we have done something to attract it. It could be the images that you hold in your mind while you were growing up, yesterday, whatever, but you have manifested it. Similarly, what you think you will manifest. Now, this is a very, very powerful law, and that is why it's very, we have to be very careful to know what we are thinking is exactly what we want, because it will get manifested. Now, let me give you a small example. Has it ever happened to you that you get up in the morning and you're going for work and you feel, no, so today something will happen. Something not good will happen. You'll meet with an accident or something will not good will happen. It's a thought, okay? And then you say, no, nothing, and you go for work. Tell me, has it happened? Have you experienced that, yes, either some accident will happen, or the car will not work, or the meeting will not go well, something not good will happen the day you go with this thought. Now, what has actually happened is you had a thought, and that thought got manifested into reality. The way it gets manifested is a little different. So it could be as an accident, a meeting, a car breakup, meeting somebody you don't like, having an argument, a conflict, something. But the day will not go good if you have this thought in the morning. Now, this is what it means, that what you are thinking will manifest. Okay. Now, if we talk about how does it get manifested, the formula is very simple. Whatever is going on in your mind, you are attracting it to yourself. Whatever. Now, when I realized something like this actually works, for the last, I think 15, probably more than 15, 18 years, for the last 18 years, I have not read a newspaper. I don't subscribe to a newspaper. I don't read a newspaper. Because I realize that what I read in the newspaper are not great things. It's all negative. And then my mind is already working in it. So I'm thinking about what I have read, and then it puts a negative kind of a, spiral within me. And then I start attracting it. So when there is a message that, when I was working and I was in a job, if there is recession and there are layoffs going to happen and all, I will not read that message. I will not even try and understand which company, what is happening. Being in HR, it was a part of my job to know what other companies are doing. But I consciously kept out of it, because if I start thinking about it, I will start attracting it. So 2008, and then again in 2012, when we had a recession and I was in HR, I realized that the whole retail industry was going through a huge recession. But in Metro, since I was handling it, and we did not have a single layoff at that point of time. We were not doing great, but we did not have a layoff. Why? Because I refused to even go that way, because I did not attract it. Right? So it is a lot about what is going on in your mind today is what you're going to be attracting. Now, this is what is law of attraction. Hi, Dr. Rajendra. Welcome to the session. If anybody wants to say something, please just do a thumbs up or raise your wave. There is a reaction column. Just raise it so that I can unmute you, or Ankur can help me unmute you. Another very important thing is the thought you give out to the universe attracts all that are on the same frequency. So whatever we are thinking, if you're thinking good and we give good thoughts to the universe sends us good things back. Okay, so for example, now there are people, and I'm sure you have seen, and Santosh sir will also agree to it. So there is a person who's bought a beautiful, lovely BMW, dark blue in color, awesome 5 Series or whatever series BMW is there and standing. And there is this neighbor's son, and he doesn't like it. Okay, so what he does is he takes a small little sharp thing and he scratches the car. We have heard these kind of stories. We know these kind of people exist in the world, correct? Now tell me, this guy, what he will do? He'll go get it repaired and still use the car. What the neighbor's son did was, he did not like the car. He was envious, so he damaged the car. Do you really think the neighbor's son will ever own a car like that? What did he do? What is the thought that he gave to the universe that I don't like this? Now, universe doesn't know your car or his car. Okay, that kind of algorithm universe doesn't work with. The universe only came to know that you don't like this car. Okay, fine, you will never get this kind of car. So the guy will never ever have a car like that. Now, do you understand how the universe operates? So the thought you give out to the universe attracts all which is on the same frequency. Good thoughts will attract good things. Negative thoughts will attract negative things. Because thoughts are nothing but very magnetic. They have a frequency, they have a feeling. So they attract. So everything sent out comes back. Remember Newton? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Now here, when the universe is operating, it's not an equal and opposite reaction. Everything that you send out comes back multifolds. So it's not only that I give one thought bad, so I get one thought bad. No, it comes back in multiple folds. That's why since childhood, all of us have learned that please see what you are thinking. Control your thinking. Right? And this is the base of law of attraction. This is the basic, I would say the fundamental core of law of attraction. And then on that, we build up the whole story of the law and how it works. So, thoughts. Greater the love you feel, greater the power you harness. The same story, BMW. If the neighbor's son had come and said, wow, I love this car. Oh my God, such a beautiful car. This is so fantastic and I just love this. Wow, I'm giving all my love to this car. Now what do you think? Someday in his life, he's going to get that. That's how it works. You give love to somebody, it will come back to you. If you give bad vibes, negative vibes, then negative things will come back to you. So that's how thoughts work. So thoughts are magnetic. They have feelings. Feelings have a frequency. Now this is very important for each of us to understand. When I'm operating, and I'm taking this neighbor's son again, okay? When he is operating out of envy, anger, frustration, he is operating at a very, very low energy level, correct? So that feeling is at a low energy. When you operate at a low energy level, what do you attract in your life? Anger, depression, trouble, bottlenecks. This is what you attract in your life. Because these two things are at the same energy levels. Envy and anger are at the same energy level. So if you have envy, you will attract anger. If you have jealousy, you will attract depression, and like that. So it's a mix and match, but they all operate at the same low energy level. When you operate out of love, then what do you get? Then you get happiness, you get bliss, then you get opportunities, then you get joy, then you get more better relationships, and you get more things happening better for you. It's just a shift of your energy. So when you operate out of love, when you operate out of happiness, when you operate out of joy or bliss, the universe works for you differently. So these are different energy levels, and this is not something that we all don't understand. We all know when we are feeling angry, what happens to our energy levels. We know that, right? And the day you get up and you're feeling very depressed, how the day goes also we know. Depression, anger, frustration, relationship break, something, we'll say something, somebody will say something, something not nice will continue to happen. Why? Because you got up with a negative thought process in your head. And that is what is attracting the whole day the same kind of energies, right? So when you feel bad, you draw more bad things. When you feel good, you draw more good things. Simple rule. And it's such a simple rule, very difficult to follow. How many times in a day we still end up getting angry? How many times in a day we still love getting cribby and cribbing about things? How many? We do, right? Knowing that when you feel good, it's good. When you feel bad, it's bad. Knowing all this, we still don't implement. The process is very simple. So today's session, we are trying to make the knowing into the believing and acting. So what we know, how do we now make it work for us? So this is all knowing. There's nothing that I'm going to tell you which you don't know. But knowing, are you working with it? Is that the way you're living your life? If not, then we will see how to make it happen, right? Okay. This is the most important thing about law of attraction. Your thoughts are creating your future life. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're thinking right now, that's how your life is getting created. If you're thinking, oh my God, this COVID, I don't know what is going to happen. It's going to be so difficult. Our business is going to suffer. So be it. That's how it's going to be. That's how it will be for you, not for the industry. But there must be somebody who is thinking, oh my God, this COVID, what else is possible in this world? What else can I do? What are the opportunities? Oh, I think I'm going to do this. This is what is possible. This is not possible. COVID is an opportunity for me. COVID is an opportunity for me. So there are some people who are thinking like that. So if they're thinking like that, what will come to them? Opportunities. So whatever you think, you are creating your future life. Be careful what you think. Be very, very, very careful what you think every minute of your day. Every minute of your day. Okay. Now, if this is what is creating the future life, then your thoughts are nothing but what it's becoming is a thing. Your thoughts become your thing. Whatever you give attention to, whatever you focus on is what is going to become a reality. Another basic rule of law of attraction. So how do we manifest? So these are the laws. These are the rules of law of attraction. How do we make it work for us? So to make it work for us, the first thing is know what it is that you are looking for. And then ask for it. If you do not ask, universe doesn't have an algorithm to know who's thinking what at what point of time. Who wants what? Universe doesn't have an algorithm there. So people, for us, a lot of us say, no, what should I ask? God knows everything. I don't know if God knows everything or not. He's not come and told me what he knows about what I'm thinking. But I know one very clear thing is, if I do not ask, universe will not give me, because there is something called a free will. We all operate out of our free will, which is given to us as a part of the nature. So if your free will is not there, and you are not exercising your free will, the universe cannot go beyond your free will. To break your free will, you have to ask. When you ask, then only the universe will start working for it. But if you don't believe in what you're asking, it doesn't work. So if you ask, then you believe what you're asking, be open to receive, and see it in your mind. Visualization is nothing but seeing it here, seeing it within you. So if you're able to see it within you and then act accordingly, it will manifest. And the way to do it is also to have a gratitude that you are in a position to be able to. You have so many good things. Gratitude builds the energy of good in you. If you have the gratitude, then that means you're happy with something in life, right? You're grateful for something in life. So the minute you are grateful for something in life, the energy moves to the happy column. When the happy column energy starts working, the universe starts working better for you. Depressed and lack column, the universe doesn't work. Happy column, the universe works. So how to move ourselves to the happy column is through gratitude. Are you on with me? Are we there? I want to share a few parts of my story. Now, why I believe in this is because I have seen this in my life. And just to help you all that, yes, it actually does work, I want to share a few stories of my life. Is that okay? Are you all with me? Perfect. Thank you. So let me share my story. And this is year 2001. That's my car, AP10L 8282, Sandro, first model. And I used to work in Hyderabad. So the story that I'm going to talk about is from that point. So I was working in Hyderabad, and to go to my office, at that time I had a kinetic Honda that I used to take to office. And so to my office, there was this whole big chaurasta, and I used to come from one side, and a friend of mine used to come from the opposite side. So invariably, we would be at the signal opposite to each other. Now, this friend of mine used to drive a white color Santro, and Santro was very new at that time. So I used to look at him, and this guy was very tall and handsome and all, with his goggles and stuff, and I used to look at him and says, this guy is looking very good in it. I will also look very good in this car, okay, because I'm also tall and it's that tall boy design. So if you remember that period when the Santro had come in, that was one of those first few cars which had a great tall boy design. And I said, my God, that I am going to look very good in that car. Fine. So I used to look at this guy every day and the car, and I say, wow, yeah, what a car, what a beautiful car, lovely car. Then I met with an accident, and I was in the hospital. And it was a bad accident, which I'll talk about a little later. So the doctor was not sure if I'll be able to walk properly and all that kind of stuff. So I'm in the hospital, and this fellow calls me out and says, Shalini, hi, how are you doing? And all that, checking out. And then he says, hey, I have a news, I'm selling my car. I said, I'm buying your car. So the same car that I used to see on a daily basis became my car, which is this car. Because I used to give so much of love to that car. I did not have any plans of buying it because I did not even know he's going to sell it. But it finally happened that it landed into my house as my car, and it was there with me for many, many years. So yes, it happened. Some more stories, just one could be a fluke, right? So I'm going to share some more stories with you. So, as long as I remember, as a child, in fact, my mom keeps telling me, as a child, I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever. We were in Allahabad. Allahabad is a small little town in UP, Prayagraj, and we don't travel too much. And from that time onwards, I always used to tell her that I want to live in Bangalore. I want to go and live in Bangalore. There was no scope. We were not moving to Bangalore. We are from a very well-settled Allahabad family. Okay, so there's nothing. But I always said I want to be in Bangalore. Then after I did my 12th, we moved to Hyderabad. So I said, okay, fine, probably the universe didn't understand. So it's anyway moved me to South and just got confused between Bangalore and Hyderabad. So Hyderabad I lived for about 20, 25 years, okay? But this whole Bangalore story was there in my head and I always loved this city. So 8 years back when I had no plans of moving to Bangalore, well-settled job, happy in Gurgaon and Hyderabad, family was in Hyderabad, house, everything there. And then I moved to Bangalore. And then my entire family I moved to Bangalore from Hyderabad. So we kind of left Hyderabad and moved to Bangalore. And today I live in Bangalore. I'm so happy because this was a dream come true. I just gave so much of love to this city. So for me, Bangalore is so beautiful. And that's what I love. Another very interesting thing that I remember my mom keeps telling me that I used to always say, Mummy, if you all don't listen to me, if you don't do what I want me to do, don't allow me, I will go and live in Mansarovar. Okay? So, Manasarovar in my head was that lake out there in Tibet. Okay? So I used to always go and tell, I will go live in Mansarovar. You will not believe it. The first flat that I bought, my own flat that I bought in Hyderabad, was in a society called Manasarovar Heights. And then my mom said, Dekha, you always wanted to live in Mansarovar. So, you don't know how universe is going to give you what you want. You have to be very, very specific that, Baba, I want to live near Manasarovar Lake in Tibet. Otherwise, you'll end up living in Manasarovar Heights, which is what happened to me. So for many years, in fact, 2 years back only, I went and sold my Hyderabad property of Manasarovar Heights. But that's what happened to me. Another very, very interesting example. Same on Kailash Mansarovar. When I had my accident, the doctor told me you may not be able to walk, running to forget it, long trekking, don't know, you can't do that. Driving car, I'm not sure, you will limp for life, all that. But I always wanted to go to Manasarovar, no? And finally I did in 2018 and met a very good friend called Ankur Mehrotra there. But yes, that is where Manasarovar happened to me. In spite of all the things, it still happened. Why? Because I just believed that I want it and I'm going to get it, and I did not have any problem of, not even a minute of doubt that it will not happen. Another example, I was working in Dr. Reddy's and we had this new computers that were given to all of us as a desktop. I'm talking about 2003, 2004, around that time. And I used to look at this IBM logo. That time they used to have that Chupku IBM logo on the computer. And I used to really like the company. I used to say, my God, what a company this is. It'll be so nice to work in this organization. And that's all. I am from HR, from a pharmaceutical organization. No chance of me working in IBM. I'm not a software guy. I don't understand technology. No chance, right? So I went from Dr. Elise, I went to Ranbaxy, and from Ranbaxy, I got a job. I moved, can you believe it, to IBM. I got a job in IBM. And I said, and when I got it, I went for an interview and I said, IBM, chalo, interview to dekhe aate hain, it's a dream company for me. I went for an interview, I got my job in IBM, And I joined there. It's a different thing that I didn't like it because of the next slide that I'm going to talk about it. But I was there and I worked there for 9 days, but I worked in IBM. I got a job in IBM, which was my dream. Right? So universe is always listening. If you have it within you to really talk about it with complete belief, universe is always listening and it is going to give it to you. Now, these are the positives that happen, right? So universe doesn't differentiate between what you want or you don't want. Universe only listens to what you focus on. Where is your attention? What are you focusing on? It could be negatives also, and I'll give you another example. So when I was in doctorates again, I had a terrible boss. So he used to really, really trouble me a lot. So I used to go have a meeting, come back to my place and just hold my head like this and sit and say, God, give me a break. We all do that, right? God, give me a break. I used to do that. मैंने शायद इतनी शिद्दत से बोला था. I would have said it with so much of belief that he actually gave me a break. But not the break that I had in mind. He broke my leg. That's my X-ray. So my knee, this knee broke into 5 pieces. I had rods in it. I was on bed for 3 months, but I got my break. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you say. Because universe is always listening. So if you ask for a break, be very specific what break you want. I want a break from my job. I want a break from this. I want a break what? Otherwise it will give you whatever it feels like giving you. It gave me my broken leg. So universe is always listening. Whatever you are asking, good or bad, both. Another example. I always had this belief, and this is a very strong belief that I had, that lady bosses are not great. Because I was a lady boss myself and I know what kind of trouble I used to give my people. So I always had this belief that I don't think I can ever work with a lady boss. I can't. And what do you think I got? I got a lady boss. And I had a very tough time working with her because I already had this belief that it's very difficult to work with them. So I got this lady boss, but my God, what a relationship we had. Very difficult for me. I had created it. It was a creation that I had manifested with my belief that lady bosses are difficult. And those 3 years that I worked with her, very difficult time of my career. She's a very nice lady otherwise. Okay, another one. And why am I giving these examples is because that's how I have convinced that yes, universe is always listening. Universe is always giving you what you focus on, what you put your attention to. I always thought that Bombay is not the place to live. Bombay is not the place for me to work. Where do you think I will land up with a job? Bombay, obviously, because that's the attention that I gave, no? So my IBM job was in Bombay. And I said, no, this is wrong. Cancel, delete, please. I don't want to work in Bombay. Even if it's my dream company, I don't want to work in Bombay. And 9 days I left. What you resist will persist. Why? Because you are resisting so much by giving it so much of attention. So the universe doesn't know if you're resisting or loving. It just sees how much of attention you're giving. Similarly, when you work for a company called Cipla and Dr. Reddy's, the biggest competitor for you is Ranbaxy, and you hate that. So when you're working out there in the market, तुम्हें Ranbaxy का कोई बंदा मिल जाए तो तुम उसका गला दबा दोगे. You hate them so much because that's your biggest competitor, right? And you're competing for your own market share in the market. And I'm a salesperson. So I used to sell in the market and these guys used to take away my sales share. So I hated Ranbaxy. Hated it from my core. Where do you think I will get a job? Run back seat. Why? Because that's the attention I was giving it. So I landed up in Gurgaon, in Ranbaxy, in spite of not really loving that company. Why? Because I gave so much of an attention to it. Are you all getting the story? Whatever you resist, persist. Whatever you give attention to will happen in your life. Yeah? So my learning was that I attract in my life and business what I give attention and energy to, either positive or negative. Whatever I'm asking, believing, receiving, visualizing, acting, gratitude, everything, but with a context of positives and negatives. So are you able to see how the universe works now? Is this helping? Hey, can I have some thumbs up, yeses in the chat box, some yeses? Is it helping?
Yes.
How is it going? Great.
Good.
Great.
Yes. Shalini,
Yeah.
maybe you should ask how many of us know about it and how many didn't know at all before the session about law of attraction.
We actually did that. We did that.
Okay.
A lot of us signed up at 11:30, so we had that conversation.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Shalini, what I'm seeing, like in a BNI, what I can visualize is like I am following this law of attraction from the last, I think, 6-7 years. And many things, what you shared about your car, same thing. Even I went and booked the Celery automatic for myself. But I always looking at Jazz. Okay, this car, like that always. But after booking, because of all the other circumstances, I went and booked that car. But after coming out also, I am seeing on the road Jazz. Okay. So after this, what happened, again, after that, something happened because new this thing, after booking also, they said that delivery will be late. And again, I went, after, I think, 20-25 days, we are just passing through Honda showroom. I don't know what happened. Me and my husband just went inside. We just booked the car and came out.
True.
And all, even though after booking that car, like I bought that car back home. So this is how like law of attraction worked many times. And one more thing I got that what you said, no, like about neighbor's car, okay. So many things wherever like, okay, something is not working for me, I am looking at what is that I am like really causing there also. Okay. So this is something I have to look into. And what comes to BNI, I want to really visualize like I am just sharing, giving lot of thank you slips for a people.
Very nice, Purnima. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yes, Shreya, go ahead.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Shreya, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Salini?
Yeah.
Harsha.
Hi, Harsha.
Yeah. In insurance, last 15 years we're in insurance now. Whenever I used to go and meet customers, I always believe that I always dreamt of I already collected the check from the client. So then I'll go to the meeting. Then I will does the meeting. After that, I always come out with a check. So because before going into the meeting only, I believe that I'm already check has came to my hand. So many times it happens. So when you are telling other things, that is one is the professional friend.
Yeah.
As a personal, it is many events.
I'm sure it is there for all of us. It is there because it's a law of the universe.
Yes,
it works for all of us.
I always believe when I'm going outside, with the customer, I feel that I'll get the check, and then I tell my team also, we are going to get the check. They'll ask how it will be. Because it works. And always already receive the check in my hand.
Awesome. In fact, this works. The only thing is, if we are aware of the principles, then we can make it work where we want it to work. Yeah? Okay. So the first one is ask. Ask, believe, receive. So what is ask? Universe is out there as a genie. It's saying your wish is my command. The point is, we are not asking. We don't ask. We just assume that the universe knows what we want. You have to ask. Because like we said, there is a free will. Universe will not break the free will. You have to ask. And when you ask, and how you ask is what we will do now, but that is the crux of manifestation. Yeah. So universe is always a positive entity. It cannot understand negatives. So when you're asking, please don't ask, I don't want this. Because the don't bit universe can't understand, and it will give you the same thing. I don't want to work in Bombay. So the don't universe did not understand, and it gave me Bombay. Yeah? So whenever you're asking, be very clear, you're always asking as to the positives of it. Second is, universe is beyond time and space. So if you think that you're asking now, and you will understand that the universe will give it to you now, it doesn't work like that. Because the universe is not sitting out there interpreting what you're asking. There's no interpretation happening there. So you have to say, by this time, so and so date, whatever. You have to be very specific to the universe. So you have to look at universe as a genie. Aladdin ka chirag ka jinn. Your wish is my command. But if you're not asking the right wish, then that's a problem. So your wish has to be very specific. Don't ask for Manasarovar and get our flat. You ask for Manasarovar and get the lake, right? So you got to be that specific. Specific in terms of timelines, specific in terms of when, place, everything. Okay? Also, there is a difference in saying I want and I have. When you say I want, what is the energy you're operating out of? The energy of a lack. You lack something, that's why you want something, right? So when you are operating out of an energy of lack, means right now I don't have it. Since universe doesn't understand time and space, universe just understands that this is what you want. So if you want something, it will say, okay, so be it. And you will continue to want it because that is what you've asked for, right? So if you say, I want a great business, okay, so be it. And you will always keep wanting to have a great business. You will not get it. Are you getting me? So this is the story of want and have. Universe understands the power of now. It is always the now. So when we ask something, we have to say, I have. Because that's what is the reality, right? That's what you want in the reality. So again, what are you focusing on? You're focusing on the have or the abundance or the lack of it. What is it that you're focusing on? I'm just giving two examples. I have all the opportunity to grow and I want all the opportunity to grow. What is the difference? So when you say, I want all the opportunity to grow, means today you don't have it. If you don't have it, so be it. You will continue to not have it. But when you say, I have all the opportunity to grow, so be it, you will always have opportunities to grow. Are you able to get this difference? So whenever you're asking, always check. You are asking from the energy of abundance or the energy of lack. money comes to me easily and effortlessly, is from abundance mindset. I want money to come to me easily, is from lack mindset. It's the same sentence. If you see the sentence, you will say, what's the difference? But there is a very big difference. And the difference is the have and the want. Yeah?
Shalini, can you repeat that last two sentences again?
Sure. So, suppose you say, I want more money. Okay? When you say, I want more money, want means right now, I don't have it. I want it. So I'm operating out of lack. Now there is this algorithm doesn't work for universe to interpret it. That it just interprets your energies and feelings. So if you feel that you don't have money, you have a lack of money and you want money, then the universe only picks up the energy of lack. And because that's what you're focusing on, it will say manifestation to you for your lack. So you will continue to be in the lack. Yeah? But if you operate out of abundance, then the universe picks up the abundance energy and gives you abundance. So whatever are you thinking or asking has to be from abundance rather than lack. So rather than saying I want, it's always good to say I have. Because time and space is not a problem, today or tomorrow you're anyway going to have it. Correct? So it's not a lie.
Got it.
I have a 10-room bungalow. Now, if that is what I want, that's the way I need to say it. But when I say something like that, there's somebody inside my mind saying, hey, jhoot bol rahi hai. You're lying. You don't have it. Correct? So there is this whole, somebody's telling you, no, you don't have it. You don't have a 10-bedroom ka bungalow, Shalini. Now that is where the belief comes into picture. So when you ask, the next step is belief. Okay. So the universe responds to you by giving you more of what you focus on and what energy you're vibrating in. Abundance or lack. Clear? Now let's see what's happening in the world today. My charo taraf, there's something happening, right? What we see on a global scale can be seen as a reflection of what the whole world has been thinking for so many years. If you go back for the last 10 years, if I ask you, 20 years, if I ask you, what do most of the people think? It's world is an unsafe place. Corruption is there. Politicians are chores. People don't trust. Yes or no? Correct? People don't trust each other. Somebody is out there to get me. All these kind of thought has been there as a collective thought across the entire globe. Yes or no? Today, what are we seeing? A manifestation of that thought. Today, world is not a safe place. Yes. Today, people don't trust each other. You don't know if you're carrying a coronavirus or not. You're not ready to trust somebody that you've been working and knowing for years together because you don't know if he's a carrier. Where is trust gone? You see violence everywhere. People are hitting each other, killing each other all over the place. Somebody somewhere is out to get you. So what we have done as a humanity is we have manifested all these things that we have been thinking about for so many years now. Are you seeing the connection? No, we didn't ask for coronavirus. But how the universe responds, we don't know, unless we are very specific in asking, giving our attention to. Okay? So the language of the universe, we pray. Sometimes we pray, we use words, We do our own puja, and all of us do that. And then we say, my prayers have been answered. Correct? Actually, universe is not listening to those words. It doesn't listen to your word. It listens to your energy, your frequency. Go back to any of the Amitabh Bachchan movies when he says, मैं तुम्हारे दरवाजे पे कभी नहीं आता हूँ, पर मैं आज तुमसे ये मांगने आ रहा हूँ. And then it gets manifested. It's a movie. It's an exaggeration. But that's exactly what happens. With the feeling, with full attention, when we ask, it manifests. Because we believe in it. So universe understands the language of feelings, energies, vibrations, emotions. That's all. How much are we talking in that language? Because whatever you are seeking is also looking for you. But are you vibrating at that level for it to find you? When both of the things vibrate at the same level is when you find each other. And for that, the energy match has to happen. It doesn't work at a lower energy. So anger, frustration, jealousy, depression, and all those kind of funny emotions that we work with. Fear, biggest one is the fear. The insecurity, hamara kya hoga? COVID se hamara kya hoga? My God, it doesn't work that way. Are you all with me? Does that make sense? Can I have some yeses, some thumbs ups? Awesome. Awesome. So, coming to believe. Now, I have a 10-bedroom villa in Whitefield. Wow, great. 10 bedroom with 5 servants quarter. That's what I have. Something is in me saying, Shalini, jhoot bolo mat. Itna bada wala mat feko. Correct? It's a big one. So that means something is not within me believing it. So even no matter how much I say I have, from an ask perspective, the belief is not there. And why the belief is not there? Because we are all conditioned. If I see it, then I believe it. Correct? All of us have been conditioned in that manner. If I see, I believe. But the universe, law of attraction, works in a different manner. It says, if you believe is when you will see it, Baba. But if you don't believe in it, how will you see it? So you've got to believe in it. Then only it works to be happening. Then you manifest it. You don't have a manifestation and then start believing. It doesn't work that way. That it has to first manifest itself, then I'll believe it. No, it doesn't work that way. So how do we build a belief on something that we have not seen? That's a tough one. Asking is still easy, but how do I build that belief? And that belief is where we all need to work on. That's the big one. So it again works on emotions. Every moment of the day we are communicating with the universe with our thoughts, vibes. What vibes we are sending is going to get responded. And this will build belief. Your belief will get built when you love yourself. Now, why do I not believe that I have a 10-bedroom villa in Whitefield? Why do I not believe that? Because I feel, my logical mind feels that I don't deserve it. I have not done anything about it, right? I don't deserve it. Who is telling me that? Nobody else, me. My own mind. That means judgment of myself doesn't let me believe in it. right? But when you build self-love within yourself, if you love yourself, don't judge yourself, don't have fears, don't have insecurity, then you will build that belief, right? Now, let's take an example. Remember that first time when you fell in love? The first time, long back probably. But that first time you fell in love, probably in your school also, I don't know, some of you probably. If somebody comes and tells you this person is not nice, you believe that? You don't. You don't, correct? Because you are so much in love with that individual. But the same love, why can't we feel for ourselves? Why do we end up judging ourselves? If somebody would have said that this person is so good, you'll believe. Somebody said this person not good, you will not believe. Why? Because you are in love with that person. Be in love with yourself. Now, when you are in love with yourself, and then you say, I have a 10-bedroom villa, you're not judging yourself now. You have it. Who's judging you? Nobody. If you don't judge yourself, then who is telling you that you don't have it? It's us. We only create those limitations in ourselves. Because we feel, how is it possible? Arey, how is it possible means what? I love myself. If I say anything, it will happen for me. That's love for myself. Are you all with me? It makes sense. So when you do not have insecurity, when you don't have fear, when you don't judge yourself, when you don't laugh at yourselves, and when you just love yourself and everything about you, then who stops you from having that 10-bedroom villa? And when you already have that, then it is not difficult to not believe. Why belief becomes a problem? Because belief becomes a problem because somebody is judging me or I am judging myself. Who is telling you that, अरे ये तो झूठ बोल रहे हो आप, you're lying? Who's telling? Me, myself. Why? Because I don't love my own thought. I don't love my own vision. I don't love my own dream. I don't love myself. So the key to manifestation and to build belief is don't have a doubt on yourself. Don't judge yourself. So when you ask, then build your belief. And this is important. Apart from self-love, how you talk to yourself. Self-love, one of the big aspect is, how am I talking to myself? What am I talking to myself? When you change your self-talk is when you change your thoughts. And when you change your thoughts is when you build your self-love. So your self-talk, your thoughts, your behaviors, your approach, and that's when you see the results. I'll give you an example. Let's say, what do we feel about money? All of us working hard, trying to make lots of money, trying to be very successful in our business, trying to build something, trying to create something, correct? So this is the cycle of self-talk, thought, behavior, situational, and result. Let's see what happens. Let's suppose, and this is just an example, money does not stay with me, is the result, okay? The self-talk behind this result is that I have to save for a rainy day. Because it doesn't say stay with me, I need to make savings for a rainy day. Have you heard of thinking like this and seen people think like this? Yes. So if your self-talk is that I have to save for a rainy day, what is the thought process behind this? That I don't have enough money. The thought process is, I don't have enough, right? So we are already operating from a lack. Now the behavior is that I have to save money because I have to save for a rainy day. I don't have enough, so I have to start doing something to save more money. For such people, you will notice that they will have unexpected expense. Suddenly something will happen, health, car, some accident, something will get lost, you will lose something will happen to get back to that situation of money does not stay with me. Because that is where you are operating out of. So we all think that the first step is money does not stay with me, so I have to do all this, correct? But actually the first step starts from you are saving for a rainy day. What is the belief that you're giving to the universe? That a rainy day is coming in my life, correct? That's why you're saving for a rainy day. But is that what you want? Do you want a rainy for a rainy day? Means you are expecting rainy day to come. Perfect. So be it. It will come to you. We don't realize how we communicate to the universe, no? Okay. So how should it actually work? Let's take the same example from a different angle. Let's say if the result is abundance in money, what is the self-talk? There is enough for everyone. Now, if you operate from this self-talk, there's enough for everyone, then the thought is, it comes to me also easily. Money comes to me because there's enough for everyone. So I'm open to receive. If I'm open to receive, I'm also getting a lot of opportunities and circumstances because of which money comes to me. It all depends on how you are thinking. This is the belief system that we need to build on ourselves and work within ourselves. Is that okay? Does it make sense? Any questions anybody has, or we go forward? Can I move ahead? Belief, are we clear? Okay. You know, all of us know this, and we still don't work on it. And what is that? We know everything is energy. We know we are all spiritual beings. We know that we can create the life we want. We know that there are unlimited ideas available to us, but we still don't work on it. What we need to do is see what we want, feel good now, do what you love, because that's where the power lies. What I mean to say is everything should start from your heart. We are too much into our mind. Very logical, brainy people, all intelligent people. But this whole mind-heart connection, if it doesn't work, law of attraction doesn't work. So you have to get out of your head and into your heart. And that's when you will experience the transformation. Because the power of the heart is very persuasive and very effective. Mind is the one which creates blocks and fears and limitations. Heart doesn't. Your mind needs rest. Your heart doesn't need rest. Because it's so persuasive. It will just continue to go on and on and on and on and on from the time you're born to the time you die. But your mind needs to sleep every 8 to 12 hours. Correct? But we operate out of where? Most of the time. 90% of our lives we operate out of. Get into your heart. This is where feelings, emotions, vibrations, and frequency work from. And when they work from, the universe listens to you. If your heart is not in it, try as much as you want. People, situations, circumstances, everything will pull you back into the reality. The reality, the truth, practicality of life. But if your heart is in it, you will appear to draw all kinds of peoples and situations and circumstances to create the life that you want, to build the dreams of the way you want. Another very, very important thing to build your belief is gratitude. Gratitude makes you open to positivity and more receptivity for happy outcomes. Gratitude also is allowing you to write your own story. That's the magic of gratitude. If you are grateful for what you already have, it raises your vibration above. When your vibration is up, fears, insecurities will go away. Judgments will go away. And then belief will become stronger. Guys, are you all with me? Everybody with me? Thank you. A thumbs up is good. Thanks, Dr. Lipika. Okay, so how do you do that? Belief, and then how do we start receiving? So we've done ask, we've done believe, and now to ask, receiving. How do we start receiving? Now remember, you have to believe to see it, not see to believe it, correct? So visualization is a very, very strong tool which helps in law of attraction to start receiving things that you want. It just completes the whole process of creativity and the whole process of creative manifestation from the universe. So what is visualization? Nothing but visual. Close your eyes and visualize. Now if you close your eyes and I ask you all to please visualize the 10-bedroom house of Shalini in Whitefield, where all of you are coming for a Grah Pravesh. Can you all visualize? Can you see that house? Wow, beautiful garden, long, big place for 10 cars of parking and huge hall and beautifully done interiors by our friends here, and the architecture is done by another friend, and the kitchen is done by another friend. So all these friends have got together and made a beautiful house for Shalini. Can you all visualize that? Can you all see that? And then if I say, okay, the hall color is yellow with red curtains and flowers of this side, you all can see it, right? When you're seeing it, and if I do this on a daily basis, 5-10 times, daydream, my dream, do you think chances of it manifesting is higher? Of course, because now I am believing it already. I'm already seeing it in my head. It's already happening. And when it happens here, then in the physical world it starts happening. So what is it that you need to do is visualize, write your dreams. Now, Santosh, are you still there on the call? If you have a dream to build a great company, it is important for you to know what do you mean by a great company. What is great? So be very specific again. So when you're writing your dream, write, I have built a great organization which has so many people working, which has expanded into so many businesses or so many geographies. We are operating with so many crores of business. That's being specific, because that's where you're asking now. So the visualization process takes care of all. Ask, believe, and receive. And dare to dream. Don't restrict your dreams because of your current limitations. Because we are trying to create a life for the future. Your current limitations will not be there as a future limitation. Then I'll give you an example. I did not know how to drive a car, which is an automatic car. So when I had to buy a new car, I bought a manual car. Why? Because I was so stuck in, I don't know how to drive it. How much time does it take to learn how to drive an automatic? Probably 5 minutes, correct? That 5 minutes, I was so stuck in the now and not even thinking about my future that for the last 8 years, I'm driving a manual car where an automatic was available at just ₹1,00,000 more. Crazy thinking, but I manifested it like that. So don't get stuck on your current limitations to decide what are you looking for or trying to grow. How will I do? I don't have more people, I have less people, all my laborers have gone off to Bihar or UP, how am I going to operate? These are your current limitations. They don't define what your future dreams they're creating, right? So create your dreams. Circumstances and situations will fall in place to make it happen. So some thought starters for visualization, you can think of a new habit you want to build, skill you want to learn, where do you want to be, what good you want to do in the world, you want to give 10 crores as charity every year. Go ahead and think. It's your dream, it's your life you're creating. Where do you want to travel? What do you want to read? What do you want to write? What business you want to start? How much do you want to grow in your business? What are you creating? This is what is visualization all about. Okay? So this is a homework that I'm giving all of you. You have to create a vision board and share it with me in the next 10 days. Have a clarity of what you want. Collect pictures, phrases, quotes, whatever connects with you to what you want. Get creative, get a chart paper, get those magazines, cut out, involve family, make a nice, beautiful vision board. Put it somewhere where you can see it often, you can see it daily, you can see it every time. Give it love, give it energy, give it high frequency. And definitely remember to share it with me.
Shalini,
Yeah.
I have already created recently my vision board.
Awesome, beautiful.
Yeah, so I can show you where I sit always. It is beside me only.
Awesome. Now look at that. Fantastic. Beautiful Purnima.
Yeah. So that is be my everything. Like this is the second my vision board and first vision board completed.
Haha, awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this, Purnima.
Thank you.
In fact, it's such a pleasure when you tick it off, right?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. So very recently, I just shifted my house. I was looking for cleaning up my stuff, and I found an old diary, 2009 or 2010 diary. So I have this habit of writing on the first day, on 1st of January, all the things that I want. So I have this habit of writing. So I went through that. I looked at it and I said, oh my God, I had not ticked them off. But when I started reading, I said, oh my God, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened.
Yeah.
And it is such a blissful feeling. Just do it, guys. It'll change the way you operate your business, your life, everything. So if you haven't tried it, go ahead and make it. some example, but I think Purnima's example was good. Another way of doing it is that you can have different buckets and then put it within that. Okay.
Yeah, can I add something here?
Yeah, please, Dr. Lipika.
Yeah. So I have not followed like what exactly vision board and this thing, but I write diary. I mean, the plan, the every year I list out say 30-40 things and all. And end of the year again, I just shift to next year. Whatever incomplete, I take it to next year and do. But most of the time, I see like 80-90% I would have completed. So it is not a visualization vision board that I don't know whether I do that or not, but I write it down. I've been doing it for last say 20 years, you could say. And so whatever I've been planned, done, whatever I would have asked, kind of I follow, and it's been because I write it down. Probably it is there in my mind. Okay, this is not done, so that is
True.
why. That may be the reason. But it's kind of I follow, and everybody in my family, they laugh at me. Now the December comes, Mama's diary will start.
But actually, it's a very good thing and a very good exercise.
Yeah.
If you if writing helps writing, visualization and the vision board is because it's just right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
kind of visualize it, yourself on the beach or something. It's just raises the energy.
I'm sure. Thank you so much. It's a lovely session. I think it's more powerful than like bringing all the energy and whatever you are saying. I am sure I could think through now, seeing all my bullet points and my diary coming out on the vision board. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Lipika. So we're almost coming to an end, but I want to do a quick recap. Be clear on what you want and be very specific. Very important. The ask is important. You have to ask, and you have to ask in a specific manner. Time-bound specifics. Specifics, again, I'm saying because I have experienced not asking specific has given me all kinds of things in my life. So my experience is that you have to be very clear. Yeah, you want something, then you have to ask for that thing. And don't leave it for the universe to interpret. Yeah.
I have a question. Suppose I say this to my parents. So, for example, to visualize something maybe health or relationship and all. And suppose you say time bound, and if it doesn't happen within that time, don't you think it will create a say panic or some kind of a mental distress? Okay, I have asked this, but it has not happened. Like what we say, like, "Aap kaam karo, don't think about the result." We say that way. Like how do like at my level, okay, I understand I can still postpone or do something, but if I'm just saying this to my parents, for example, whatever, it's a great learning session for me today. If I would like to share, how does it, if you can explain that part a little bit.
Okay. Whatever you said, आप अपना काम करे जाओ, फल की इच्छा मत करो, फल अपने आप आएगा, right? What is missing is the belief thing. And what you said also is the impact of the belief. The belief is the hidden thing behind everything. So if you're saying that I put it as a time bound, but what if it doesn't happen? You already have put a doubt there.
Okay.
So you have to be 100% convinced that it will come. Just going back to that stupid movie, I mean a very nice movie, sorry, Om Shanti Om. But this guy, remember Shah Rukh Khan?
Yes.
On that lady, and then us janam mein nahi to agle janam mein mila. But I'm just saying, it will happen if you have that kind of a single-minded belief. But if you already, agar nahi hua to kya hoga, but khatam, फिर वो खत्म ही हो गई बात.
Right.
क्योंकि आपने खुद ही अपने हाथ से एक doubt डाल दिया है उसमें. Then you have to work hard to build that belief.
Okay.
It's the same thing, like 10-bedroom house in villa in Whitefield. वो अभी मेरा बिलीफ है नहीं, वो डाउट है, अरे कैसे होगा भाई, उतना पैसा थोड़ी अपने पास, वो है अंदर. But if I really want that, then I need to work on this particular. So again, the question comes in, do you really want it? If you really want it, don't have a doubt.
Right.
That's the crux.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So be clear what you want. Be specific. Don't ask vague. Universe interpret नहीं करेगा, दे देगा जो भी मांगोगे. इतना belief रखो कि वो दे देगा जो भी मांगोगे. When asking, feel like you're ordering. So जब आप order करते हो दाल मखनी, तो आपको पता है दाल मखनी ही आने वाली है ना? Then you are not thinking क्या पता ये अगर दाल तड़का दिया तो you don't think like that. No, you have a complete belief. I have ordered dal makhani, it's going to come. That is the belief that we want. That's the kind of belief that works. If I've asked for something, then I'm sure that's what it's going to come. Okay? And then mango, believe karo, chhod do, wo apne aap aayega. That is what Krishna says, that फल की इच्छा मत करो, वो तो होगा, वो मेरे ऊपर है. फल आपके ऊपर नहीं है ना. The result is not on your hands. The result is in the universe's hand. So what is in your hand? Ask and believe. Leave it to me. When I give, receive. That is what he means by फल की इच्छा मत करो. फल तो मैं देने वाला हूँ ना. Yeah. Any other question anybody has? Anybody wants to share something?
So I have an experience when my kids were small. They used to run here and there, and I used to say, "Don't fall, don't fall."
Don't fall,
and,
don't fall.
And they will fall. Whatever.
Immediately fall.
Yes, because universe is not listening. Even they are not listening. So I changed after this law of attraction. I changed saying, "Be careful," and trust me. After that, they never fell.
The falls reduced.
So that's very strong. Second thing, I was talking to my daughter. They see all these ghost stories and all. So what she told me, seeing ghosts are scared of cross, but the person who is holding cross, when he believes in cross, then only they are scared of cross. Else, cross is just a thing for them. So what you are showing, you have to believe in that.
Believe.
If you are not believing, it's not going to.
True, absolutely. Well said. Thank you.
Shalini, my simple day-to-day experiences is like when I'm in traffic, red hai to by the time I reach the green ho jao. To ho jata hai. That's simple ones, but then I do have a certain experiences like where law of attraction has worked.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody else would like to share something? Dr. Rajendra, Dr. Santosh sir.
It was a nice talk, Shalini.
Good, doctor.
Yeah. It was started very slowly, but it has intensified by the time I think, and there's so much of beliefs and thoughts, doing, future, everything linked into this. What you believe, what is going to happen, how it is going to shape it to your future. So all into a ring of matters, everything put it into sight. So a few slides I have missed out. Anyhow, if you can share it to me, I will. Because by the time I joined, I think three, 4 slides have gone up already. So maybe I could connect it fully, but anyhow, good effort, and maybe I feel many of members could not join. They have missed out this opportunity. We should tell others maybe these type of programs we should not miss out because we are getting it free. Not paying.
My belief is free. Who needs it the most would have got it. That's my belief. So who really needs it at this point of time, they will anyway get it. They'll not miss it. Okay, going ahead. So there is a formula. Now, why am I talking a little about formula is, remember Newton? All of you, gravity. So do you think when Newton, that apple fell on his head is when the gravity came into being? No, gravity has always been there. Gravity has always been there. He just put a formula to it. so that we can understand it better, right? Similarly, law of attraction is there. It's just that nobody's put a formula to it. So a lot of us don't understand it and don't know how to work with it. But it is existing. It's like gravity. It's like a law. Just because you don't get it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So rather than evaluating and thinking, hota hai, nahi hota hai, take it in your hands and run with it. It'll change your life. So there are few things as a formula I have tried to create. Law of attraction doesn't have one or two components. It has many components. It has visualization. You have to feel good. You have to love yourself. You have to affirm that everything is good. You have to have a positive talk with yourself. You have to meditate because that's when your connection to the universe is the maximum. And you have to feel gratitude. But if you can't do all of them together, just do gratitude. It'll change a lot of belief process. Okay? So this is the time to emerge, come out. Use this powerful law of the universe for your own business, for your own self, relationships, to grow yourself. Yeah? So I want you all to now quickly write down, share, what are the 3 actions you will take immediately? After going through this session, what are your biggest takeaways and what are you going to do now? And it will be nice if some of you can share it here. Please unmute yourself when you want to share.
Can I talk, Shalini?
Sure, Shalini.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a very inspiring session. This strongly reminds me of Swami Vivekananda's sayings that thoughts become your words, words become your actions, actions defines your habits and therefore the character and the destiny. So it's simply that's what we have gone through. So normally we visualize what we want to achieve over last probably 30, 40 years of my life. I always strong dreamer and work towards that. And by God's blessings, yes, gratitude that we have achieved whatever we have been. So the thoughts do become actions. So visualize, it will happen definitely. A strong believer of Swami Vivekananda and believing that.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody has written down your actions? What actions are you going to take after this 1.5 hours that you've spent here?
I plan to have a vision board.
Vision board, yes. I second that.
Very nice. Very good.
I'm going to get in touch with you also for that.
Please.
I need some help.
Sure.
Yeah, I will start thinking of I have.
Very good. Very nice, Sriharsha. Start writing your dreams in the I have mode. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else would like to share?
So vision board, like incorporating this law of interaction in day-to-day life. And what important thing, like Harsa also pointed out, don't say that I want, but say you have. So that is actually difficult actually, because as grown-ups we have already we see to believe it, that actually we have to like unlearn that process, believe and then only wait to see. So that it will not come easily, I know, but I think I have to work on that.
Consciously we have to work on it.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Start advertising insurance and start believing.
Very nice. Very nice, Harsha. Anybody else would like to share? Sandeep?
Yes. You are able to hear me? You are able to hear me?
Yes.
So ask should be specific and believe that will make it sure that we move on the track. And yes, vision is very important. Everything has to be in present tense. So my wife has did 2 present tenses just now. She said by 7 p.m. today I have 10,000 for shopping. And 4 p.m. automatically the tea has came to me. I don't know how. And you will not believe she was saying let us go. I said where? She said I just want to touch the feet of Shalini here.
How sweet. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? What are the actions you're going to do? Yeah.
Salini, I have read this book, Secret and all, but even after you read, you may not implement. But your session was so powerful today because we can connect when you are speaking. Than when I have read all this book, all this ask, believe, receive, all the things, but we have not implemented. But when you told in such a positive and such a confident way what has happened in your life, it's such a wonderful way for us to like start working on that. I would like to pass a testimonial to you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
ಸರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
BMW ಕೊಟ್ರಾ?
Great. So some of you may need some help later. You can do that. I also have a proposal here.
Shalini, can I share now?
Sure, please. Yes, Santosh sir.
Yeah, see, it is a great session, and whatever you spoke, it's a fact of life, whatever whatever the dream, and whatever that energy, and whatever that ask, all whatever those 3 things what you asked, it's a fact of life. Even if I look back and see, today whatever the company what I have, it is my childhood dream. Maybe my age was around 8 or 9 years old. I always used to dream about having a group of companies, and I totally 100% agree with you. Whatever you spoke from your heart, every word and every statement what you made, it's a fact of life. Thank you so much for reminding each one of us, today's situation, whatever we need, we can make things happen. That is the message what you have given to each one of us. Thank you so much. And whatever the proposal what you're telling us, you can go ahead, because my system is not working. I'm just talking to you on my mobile. I'll listen to you now.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, Santosh sir, so much. So the next step for you all is keep practicing on these things. Be very conscious of your thoughts. Be very conscious of how you're thinking. What is the self-talk that you're doing with yourself? Don't get into judgment modes. Don't get into insecurities. Just be very conscious of what you're thinking.
So
let's
be thankful that we have such a great network of friends at this time, these tough times. So this network of friends will definitely be able to help each other, and we can never think of anything negative. This will only is an opportunity for us to network more strongly and move up in the ladder. Thank you.
Absolutely. Gratitude, all of you. Big gratitude to be there as a part of life. Thank you. In case any of you require more coaching on this, I can help you all with, this is usually a larger 3-session coaching session, but for anybody who's there today here, if you require, I can give it to you, 3 sessions coaching for 2,500. What you're going to get out of this is, how do you attract, get into a magical life, vision board, impact of words on yourself, that's the self-talk, retrain your brains with your own unique personal power of affirmations, how to be more energetic, learn to meditate, and identify and remove your limiting beliefs. So this is what is the offer from my side. In case anybody is interested, you can get into it, but this is only for today. So thank you so much. And I hope you all enjoy